Good morning. Welcome to your card of the day for Wednesday the 9th or Thursday the 10th of April. We're coming up to another full moon soon. Now our card of the day today is Furred and Feathered Friends. Very interesting. Just as I start this live, my own furry friend comes and sits up beside me. So yeah, basically the image speaks for itself, all the different animals. And she herself is wearing stag horns and a crystal. There's any light language in this one. No, she has wings herself. There's a salmon there as well. Furred and feathered friends. So the key words are ethical consumption, making a difference through our food choices, caring for all beings and animals, environmental awareness, doing the best we can, and of course our animal spirit guides. We all have animal spirit guides. I remember first meeting mine in the late 80s. Now, the animals here on our planet, they walk beside us, not as lesser beings, but they're actually our sacred kin. The Native Americans speak of the animals as being their brothers and sisters. So that is kin. But they're not just kin, they're intuitive, they're wise, and they're deeply connected to the heartbeat of the earth. In many ancient ways, they're seen as wisdom keepers and soul companions. And they remind us of the language of love beyond words. And as anyone that has these companions, furred and feathered companions, we know that their presence can open our hearts in ways that words never could. They really can open our hearts when nothing else seems to be working. And yet in our modern world, some of these kin are treated in ways that are heartbreaking to witness. And as we awaken, as we become illuminated, and we soften into empathy and expand beyond the edges of our immediate influence, we begin to feel the suffering of others as if it was our own. And I know many of you that follow me are highly intuitive empaths, and you're already feeling the suffering of others, other people and other animals. We feel it as if it's our own. In fact, sometimes we can't tell it's not our own. And also as we illuminate, we also start to see the world with new eyes. We start to hear their silent cries. And we feel the dissonance in our own bodies when something no longer aligns with our values. And as our consciousness shifts and we start to embody more light, we may notice that our bodies become more sensitive. Many of us are finding our bodies are more sensitive. For the past 30 years, I have noticed people with their bodies becoming so much more sensitive to the environment around them. And what once felt nourishing may now feel heavy or just energetically discordant. And even the most beautifully presented organic meal may be carrying the unseen imprint of pain or exploitation. And our spirit gently lets us know that it doesn't fit us anymore. But this is not about perfection. It's not about pushing a single path. It's about being present. It's about doing what we can where we are with love. And sometimes the access to alternatives is quite limited. And sometimes change takes time. Take time for us to change the way that we do things. But when we choose from our hearts with awareness of the impact that our choices have on the land, on the waters, and on the lives of others, we begin to want to walk more gently on our planet. And so much of what we were taught to believe about food has come from industries that did not have our planet's well-being at heart. And as these old structures start to crumble, and we're seeing them crumbling now, we become free to listen again to our bodies, our intuition, our heart, and the whispers of our natural world. We don't need dogma. We need heart. And every shift, regardless of how small, is a thread in the greater tapestry of change. Now there was a prayer, translation of the Sanskrit prayer by Loka Samasta Bhavantu. I hope I said that right. And it says, may all beings everywhere be happy and free. And may the thoughts and words and actions of my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and to that freedom for all. That is a beautiful prayer. Sorry, I have foot cramp. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. And may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and to that freedom for all. So this card is asking us to take a moment to reflect on how we nourish our bodies, what we offer our body, and the deeper values behind the choices that we make. It's asking, are your meals aligned with how you wish to walk upon the earth? And where possible, gently explore options that feel more fortifying, more filling, and more resonant with your spirit or your soul. Because our bodies listen, they are listening. And your energy will respond in kind. This card is also carrying the presence of strong animal energies, our allies. And you may be called to deepen your bond with an animal spirit guide, or perhaps welcome a four-legged companion or a feathered companion into your life. Take note of what creatures cross your path and what they stir in you, what they might be trying to share, because there's ancient wisdom in their ways. And your awareness of their messages may now be growing. I know that I am finding that to be true for me. As I will work with horses that have been neglected in some way, abused in some ways, And I learn to listen. And I earn their trust. And the lessons that they teach me of presence, of love. So take note of the animals that are around you. Listen to their quiet whispers and consider ways that you can walk more gently on this earth. Because sometimes we get so caught up in the day-to-day life, so stuck in our routines that we forget. So this beautiful card is just asking you to think about this today and maybe make just a small change, just one small change towards walking more softly on the earth. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day. And I'll see you again tomorrow morning.